Good Sunday morning, everybody. So today's project is to defrost our freezer. This is a freezer that we bought several years ago, actually, off Marketplace, and it works well. When we moved into our house during the moving process, the bottom part of this door got bent up a little bit, so we actually keep a 5-gallon pail up against the bottom of the door just to keep it sealed. But it's time to defrost, and one of the things that did happen is we had stuff up on top, and something got caught in the seal, which allowed air in, which then did as I get in here this to happen. So and it does need to be defrosted. It is not self-defrosting or whatever. So we've emptied everything out because we bought a new freezer, which is actually out in the garage. Denise and her mom are filling that up right now, but we are going to keep this one, but gonna get this out of here, out onto the deck, so it can defrost, since it's going to be like 90 degrees today. So here we go. So got the small deep freeze out, and I had to bring it all the way up by the garage because it wouldn't go through the door wall on the deck, because it's a pretty narrow opening. So no big deal, it's not that hard to move. Use the appliance dolly. So just gonna leave it open. No rain in the forecast today. It's supposed to be in the 90s, or near 90 anyway. I'm gonna try to take this door off and see if I can't bend the bottom part of it back. It's not a serious bend or whatever, but I'm just gonna see if I can't do that. And like I said, once it's defrosted, we'll give her a good clean and get her back in the house. So also, this is a 12 cubic foot freezer, and what we've upgraded to is we walk into my very messy garage, but is this is 21 cubic feet of freezer space. Denise has already been organizing. We pulled everything out of, obviously, the smaller deep freeze, and she's pulling everything out of our refrigerator, freezer, and this model, we got this from Menards, and we've been wanting a bigger freezer. Last year we just struggled because we had so many things that we needed to freeze and nowhere to put it. And then, with the pandemic, apparently you couldn't get a freezer to save your life. So as soon as Denise saw this, she goes, let's just go up, spend the money, and get it. And we have, and we're happy we did. It's built to be in the garage, which is huge, because our space is somewhat limited, so it's good. We also have, this right here is the refrigerator we had in our kitchen. I can't get a really good shot of it, I'm sorry. This is let me go sideways. So this is the refrigerator that we had in the kitchen when we bought the house. The previous owners left it, so we used that for a little while before we did buy a new refrigerator. So we just moved it out here, and basically, for the most part, we got some stuff in the freezer, but it's kind of where I keep my beer, and so we got that in here as well. It's worked out well. So I'm gonna see if I get back to taking the door off of the small freezer, and see if I can't bend that door back. just like that, the door is off. Just clean that up a little bit, but just put this back in place with the screws, just so we don't lose them. And I'm just going to let that defrost, and I'm going to see what I can do about the door. So the other thing I noticed when I took the door off is this bottom hinge is rested up pretty good. So I'm going to take it and put it on the grinder with the wire brush, just to clean that up a bit, and so that you know, it just looks better if nothing else. I got it pretty good. I'm gonna get a wire brush out and clean up a couple of spots that the grinder couldn't get into, but looking pretty good. So I took the inner skin off of the door, you know, which has the shelves over there, as you can see. It's just held in by, you know, probably a couple dozen machine screws or sheet metal screws anyway. And then here's the gasket, you know, that seals the door. And then this is the outer part of the door, which has a couple of areas of rust on it. So I've cleaned them up. This spot right here, and then there was just a little spot which is actually on the front of the door, which you can't see with this shot, and then I just saw another spot when I flipped this over right here. So I'm going to clean that up real quick, tape it off, and I'm just going to hit it with some spray paint. And I have bent the door just a little bit. It's going to be a trial and error type of basis, I think. But I also think that part of the problem is actually the seal, because on the bottom part of the seal there was actually a little bit of a tear. So I just have to get online and see if I can order a new one for this. And then the brackets that I cleaned up are right here. Got a couple coats of paint on those. And you know, once obviously everything is dry, then, you know, just put this back together and see what how it looks, and you know, get that thing plugged back in. Alright, we'll get this, like I said, get this painted up, and this will be good to go. Right, so I'm just going to let that sit and see how this goes. So we've got three got 3 coats of paint on. I'm just going to take the tape off. Still needs to dry a bit, but figure to get the tape off. So, well, after I put the this 3rd coat on, I did go inside and look for the seal, the door seal, and they don't make it anymore. It cannot be ordered. I checked several different websites. Everybody, basically, it is non-existent anymore. So we'll see what we can do with the existing one. And you know, this freezer was manufactured in 1998. So I mean, obviously they probably don't get a lot of call for parts, especially since nowadays pretty much all appliances, when they're done, they're done. It's cheaper a lot of times to just buy new as opposed to try to buy parts. So get the tape off. We'll let her dry up a little bit more. Loosen this up just a hair so I can lift this up. I'll grab it. Just get that last piece of tape off. Okay. There we go. Let her dry up. We'll put her back together and get that little freeze back in action. So it's the next morning. I just let the paint dry overnight. I'm now just going to put the inside liner on, and then the door seal, and get the brackets put back on, and we'll get this back on the freezer. So just going to get this door seal on. I've already started putting some of the screws in, and then we'll get this all tightened down. I'm going to put all the screws, kind of get them started here first, I think. Just make it, I guess, a little easier. I don't know. So I did have to replace the screws on that, and I'm just using a couple of sheet metal self-tappers. It's obviously going to hold that bracket in really nice. Hopefully won't interfere with the door swing, but I guess we'll find out when I go inside. So I got the freezer door back on. I put it on once, so there was still pretty good gap, so I took it back off, tried to bend the bottom part of the door back, and it's a lot better. But if I still want to continue to search to see if I can find a seal, and if I can, that's awesome. If not, then as I always say, and we'll make it work. I'm just going to try to zoom in here. There's a little, just a hair of a gap right there, but it's a lot better than it was. And we're not plugging this in right at this particular moment because we have moved everything into the bigger deep freeze that we just bought. But this will be a nice addition, especially once we start harvesting things out of the garden. And hope you found this somewhat informative. And if you like the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we got some more videos coming up here shortly. So hope everyone has a wonderful, safe day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.